Bugs, it is our Sunday call. It's the last one of August, so we're going to go over August and kind of how to plan out your goals for September, pretty much for the whole year, but it'll be a good way to start September. So make sure you have a pen and a piece of paper ready because we're all going to write them out together, and then I will get the share screen started. All right. So I always set goals, but this has been really helpful on how to actually achieve those goals and breaking it down. So I just wanted to bring it to you guys. I should give it credit. A lot of the ideas are from the Rise Up Planner. I just kind of put it in simpler terms for you guys. And then there's templates in here as well that I found online that I can make sure that I share with you guys in the coach page. So August, we still have one more day left. So I'm hoping my girls hit Success Club. I'm at 6, Craig is at 2, Des is at 4. We're going to get her to Success Club. I know it's happening. Amanda's at 2 and Leanne is at 2. So it's going to happen, guys. All right. So this is going to be what we're going to do. I can't talk. I'm so sorry. What we're kind of going to do for this call. Going to be all about reverse engineering. You're going to kind of pick a really big goal for the whole year. And then we are going to kind of break it down into smaller milestones and exactly what you need to do for that goal, monthly, weekly, just to do everything to hit that goal an entire year. So you're going to think of a big, hairy, scary goal for coaching. Pick one on where you want to be a year from now. So it could be a financial goal, like let's say you want to make $1,000 a week in Beachbody. I think picking a rank goal is going to be easier for this, just because you can kind of map out how many coaches you need a month, which would be super helpful. So I would pick a rank goal, like I want to be diamond in a year. I want to be 2-star diamond in a year. Those types of things, make it a big, hairy, scary goal. Don't put, I want to be emerald in a year, because you guys can get emerald a lot quicker than you think. So, and then we're going to break it down into different quarters in 3 months from now, 6 months, 9 months, and ultimately a year from now. So you have your big, hairy, scary goal that you want in a year. So then you're going to break it down on how exactly you're going to do that in quarters. So you're going to make it 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, and then your yearly goal, right? So if you want to be diamond in a year, this is an example. You can do it different ways, but this is the way I thought of it coach-wise. So if you want to be diamond in a year, and let's say you're starting at 0, right? Or 1 coach, I would put down that you want to be emerald within 3 months. And that is totally doable. I really think emerald is a mindset, and so is diamond too. Like once you realize you can just get coaches, I think everything starts to click into place. So 3 months is not hard to hit emerald by. And that's just going to be 2 coaches on each leg. And then you can say, so in 6 months, I need to get 1 coach to emerald. So you're going to build up 1 leg and get them to emerald. And then in 9 months, you want to be ruby. So you're going to have 2 emeralds on each leg and 4 coaches in general. And then you're just going to kind of break down. So once you have that set, you really have the basis of being a diamond. You're just going to need 8 coaches. So you're just going to need to get those extra coaches, and you have everything else set. So that really kind of breaks it down on how exactly you want to do it. I broke mine down that I want to be 2-star in a year. So part of that is building Craig up to diamond, and then working with another coach to get them to ruby, and then to get them to diamond, so then I have 2-star. So it depends on what your goal is and how exactly you want to break it down. But that's why I said the ranking goal was easiest, because you can map out, okay, how many coaches do I need? And then just kind of break it down from there. And I don't know if you have anything to share with that one.
No. My goal, it would be 5-star and elite. That's mine.
Yeah, big goals, girl. I like it. So what do you need to do to achieve these milestones monthly, weekly, and daily? And I did put little templates up that you guys should be able to see. And we're going to kind of go through those. And these are just examples. You can map out something completely different for you, whatever works for you to hit that goal. But these are just some of the ideas that I put down for myself that you guys could use for yourself as well. So monthly, now this is, I kind of use, diamond as the big overall, you want to be diamond in a year. Monthly, no matter what you are reaching for, you want Success Club every single month because that is the way that you are going to be hitting your goals. And you get cool prizes. So you definitely want to make that your monthly goal no matter what. So another monthly goal is 1 coach and 2 customers. So you can always aim high. That's kind of what I've been doing is that I try to aim as high as possible so that, because you're going to find that even if you get all of your coaches, some of them might go inactive, some of them might drop rank, some of them might do different things. So having extra and backup is helpful. You want to be a steady diamond. I lost diamond twice and I was like, rah! So you want to be careful in how you place people and you really just want to keep inviting. The more coaches, the more people you have, the stronger you're going to be. So that is a good monthly goal. And we all just talked about this before popping on the call. Set a goal for your invites. And this is the first time that I've really done that. And then see how many you're actually inviting versus how many people are saying yes. You might need to bump up your invites. If you are sending out, 10 invites a day and not getting anything, then maybe you need to do 20 so you can get 1 yes or 1 thing back. Like pay attention to how many people are actually saying yes, and maybe you might need to invite more. Right now I said it that I kind of did the backwards math on it. I want to send out 10 invites a day, which would be 70 invites a week, which would be 350 total. So that's, we just did that together just to try to get the invite set up, and then I'll see how many I actually hit. This is honestly the first full month that I'll be tracking my invites. I've done it for about 2 weeks now with the planner, but this is the first time I've done it for the entire month to see how many I'm actually sending a month. Usually I just do the things and I forget about how many they are or who they are. So I think that would be helpful for all of you guys for monthly.
As far as discount coaches, obviously they help dramatically with rank advancements, but when Ashley was saying how she dropped, this happened to me like multiple times. And Lindsay Matway actually said it on one of our calls, and it just like stuck with me. That discount coaches obviously are amazing and they help, like I said, with your business, but they are essentially like holes in your bucket. So when they don't want to like continue the shakes or continue the pre-workout and all that, then they drop and then they go inactive, right? And then that's kind of when you will lose the, I guess, spot in that for your rank. And then that's how you drop a lot faster. So you always have to continuously add discount coaches when you don't necessarily have a lot of like actual working coaches, which is fine. It takes time and you'll get like, we'll all get there. But when you have a active coach who's a discount coach, you just always have to remember that it could be a hole in your bucket and they go inactive, and then you're like always kind of like scrambling to keep up.
I have a question about invites.
Yeah.
So I want to do the same thing, the 10 a day, sub-D week, 350 total. But if you reach back out to somebody that you've already connected with or already invited, does that count as an invite?
That's a follow-up.
Okay.
So that's on our tracker, is to follow up with people. So that's different than an invite because you've already like said, hey, do you want to do this with me? Now reaching back out and be like, are you sure? Like, how are you feeling? Talking with them. That's going to be just following up and seeing what they think.
I always, like when I was like religiously tracking, I always did tally my follow-ups because follow-ups you'll find too, people do fall through the cracks and you're like, oh shoot, I haven't like messaged her in a couple of months, like things, life changes, she might be interested. And then a lot of the follow-ups are yeses more than like the first invite or the first connection, but I always like at least like tally my follow-ups.
And it's been helpful for me follow-up wise. If I send somebody an invite and like they're talking to me and then they go quiet, which seems to happen often, especially because I'm talking to moms and I know like we just put our phone down and we forget about it. I will go through and I will like just watch their stories and try to send them an emoji, like something, a comment, and then I pop back up in their feed. And I just had a girl be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I didn't see your message. Yes, I'm interested." And I was like, boom. So just that is a more, I don't know, I get nervous like following up and annoying people. So that's been kind of my way to do that. This is one of the templates that I will have for you guys that I'll make sure that I pop in there. So these are weekly goals. So in order to hit your monthly goal, you're going to need to do weekly goals as well. So aim for one person a week. And that could be coach or customer, you can choose. I just do, that's always been my goal, one person a week. And then I've been trying to pick a training, something I really want to learn about. Like I want to learn about volume. I want to learn how to cycle. I want to cycle, team cycle. You know what I mean? I want to learn those things. So I've been putting that in one of my weekly goals. And team call. Like I put those things in first. Like these are big thing events. Like I have the national wake up call, I have Sarah's call, and I have our team call in my must do that I have to attend to. And even right now, like the national wake up call is Mondays at 11 a.m. I know that once I go back to work, I can't, but I'm going to make sure I listen to that at some point because I need to check that off my list because I find so much good information from there. And then I just add in other trainings while I can. So think about that and what you want to learn about. You can find anything in that champions page. It's been literally gold for me. Anything I search up, and there are power hours, lead power hours in there, action hours, which like I'm learning so much from these people. So I do suggest trying to add that in there. And I know life can be crazy and it's hard, but literally as I like am doing my hair, like getting ready in the morning, I'll just play that and I'm just doing whatever I'm doing so that I'm still getting it in and still learning. Maybe I want to add to that. No? Okay. This template was really pretty. I liked it. So this is kind of very similar to the planner, where it has like the time frames, because that's been helpful for me to figure out exactly when the heck I'm gonna get the things that I need to get in and to remember the calls. Like I had other calls in that just stopped, but I had to like remember that they were at a certain time. And there's calls in the Beachbody Champions page too. There's like actual calls in there too you can look at. They set up like a weekly thing. So just setting up the time frame has been helpful. Even if I don't like go to it to a T, I can then like go back and say, okay, when can I actually work the business? That kind of thing. So something like that would be helpful. I'll make sure I put that into the team page. So then do the tracker every single day. That's what I've been doing. It's been really helpful. I really have seen like a huge difference when I'm not using the tracker versus when I am. And now even in the planner, it like has you like tally up like how much of your tracker you've actually done for the week, and where you need to work on. So even just looking at it is helpful. Even if you don't do it the entire time, just seeing what you actually are doing and where you could work from. And now we all want to rank advance with like, that's what this call is about. Like it's hitting a big, hairy, scary goal. And this is something I'm working really hard on. If we want coaches, we need to talk about it. We need to tell people that this is like a thing that they can do, and it's not that hard. And you can start small. I know we've talked about it before, but like start small. Talk about it after our coach call. This is what I learned today. This is something, just a screenshot of that. Hey, I am working on my business right now. Just those little things. I'm trying to make it a daily conversation instead of just always the workouts, because I feel like I could be missing people that way. I don't know why that says property size and condition. I am so sorry. I should fix that. But this was supposed to be a real estate presentation from Canva, so I guess that's where it came from. So then I think this has been really helpful for me is look at the day and pick, oh, there's a spelling error. Pick one win of the week and how were you successful today? So in the back of the Rise Up planner, this is like an ad for Rise Up, but that's okay. In the back of the planner, it says like, where were you successful that day? And that's been helpful for me because sometimes I feel like I get overwhelmed and I drop all the balls and then I'm like, I didn't do anything right today. And just like reining it back in and saying, okay, well, I still did this. I got my workout in. If that's the only successful thing I did that day, that's okay. So just finding something positive so that you are still ending the day on a positive note and knowing that you can do better the next day. So I think that is really helpful for you guys to try. And I don't know if you have anything to share about that. So I think about your week as a whole. And I did kind of say this already, but that's okay. Think about your must-dos. The teacher and me had to use this cute little mustard prompt because there's like the must-dos, the can-dos, and then the catch-ups. So do you think about your must-dos for the week and like the national wake-up call, those things, but there's also like Craig and I just sat down and one of my must-dos is that we need to do something weekly for as a family because we tend to get caught up. Craig and I get really into my stuff and I literally can't get him off the tractor to save my life. So I was like, listen, like we need to every week, no matter what, find a time where we're, even if it's just an hour to go fishing together as a family, that is a must do because somebody said it the other day, like if you are just constantly working and coaching, your family is going to hate you. And I was like, oh, buddy. Okay. So I'll make sure my family doesn't hate me. And that's a must do. Maybe date night is a must do for you each week or just doing something for you. I feel like I should put in self-care Sunday on here because there are things that I have been slack-a-lacking on that I know are must-dos. So think about those first, plan those in, and then pop in the rest for your week.
And I feel like just to go off of that, because Roger and I recently, I think it's like we just started it like once coronavirus started, unfortunately, but whatever. We have like date nights, and so we picked Friday as like our like no excuse like date night or date day if we have off. And it's basically just turned into like an order dinner in or go and get dinner. But it's still something that we both look forward to in the week. So even if it's like something that just has to do with you, it's still something like make it as positive as it can be. So it's something that you always look forward to during that week, whether it's on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whenever it is. It literally could be whenever, but it's kind of gives you like that light too. And it's not just always like your must do's are like kind of like grueling and like work all the time. Like there's something positive too.
And then this is kind of what we are going to be doing, I guess. We're going to be looking at our weeks together and see what you can change. I really find it super helpful, like when Amanda and I sit here and like we chat about like, okay, this is what I need to work on. This is where I need to go. This is what I want to do differently. Even if we just chat it out, it's just helpful and like looking at it. So what can I do differently next week? And where was I successful? Please don't just look at the negative on what you can change, but like, what did I do well this week? Think about that and do both of those things and then use it as a learning thing, something to do differently next week. Okay, I didn't get as many invites out this week, but I'm going to make sure that I'm going to get them out this week. I noticed that this week, probably because I was at work 2 days, I didn't do all my healthy meal preps. But that happens. But I know that now I know that I need to do them differently and try to sneak them in when I can. So make sure you're looking at your week as a whole and how you can change it, or were we really awesome?
And I feel like writing them down makes all of the difference because you kind of put yourself on the spot, whether it's positive or negative. Like when Ashley and I like have our like weekly things and our monthly meetings, like it kind of puts our like individual selves on the spot. And obviously it's a totally like judge-free zone. Like, and like even in our little conference, our little call, like prior to this with Des, like Ashley's like, what would you do like August? And I said, survive. Like I survived August, like, and that's just what happens in life. But like, even if it's that, but always write it down so you can go back and just not necessarily criticize yourself, but like Ashley said, where you can kind of pick up the slack or where you can prioritize certain things in your week, especially moving forward with those who are starting back at work too. So.
All right. That is all I have for that. I don't know if anybody has any questions or anything?
I just wanted to add, if anyone ever wants to just like have one-on-one calls with Ashley and I, or like just Zoom calls with like, you know, whoever, like put it out, and we're more than welcome to sit down and call, because I feel as though those calls with Ashley that we have really.
Oh no, you froze. Oh, she froze all pretty. I'm gonna pretend I know what she's gonna say. They've been really helpful because, are you back?
Am I back?
Yes.
It was so weird because you were not frozen, and then you all froze and everyone was smiling, and then I was just like the only one talking. Where did it not freeze off at?
It said like those calls have been.
Oh, so the calls have been like really eye-opening and like also really rewarding as well. Just because like I've been saying things out loud that have really helped me like regroup my life, and that I'm putting it out to the universe and to Ashley, and it's not just like in my head where I can like make up an excuse and be like, oh well, no one knows that I like said that, so I don't have to do it. Whereas like I kind of told Ashley, ooh, are we getting like a little dance? So like if I tell Ashley like, hey, I really want to do work on invites or whatever, then like she can hold me accountable too. So, and again, it's a totally free judgment zone. So don't feel like putting your goals out there. We're going to judge you out of the goal. So yeah, so if anyone wants to jump on calls with us, please let us know, and we're there.
I can't even look at you guys when this is being recorded. I also want to put out there, like when I'm driving home from work, that's a good time too. Like even if you like don't want to do a Zoom, but if you want to like call and just chat things out, because I mean, Des and I, Des and I have been talking a lot, and I think that's been super helpful. The more you like talk it, I just think like the more we talk things out, the more successful we are. And like Des will call and be like, I did this thing. And like, that's really awesome. And then she's really being successful in this business. So I think that's something to think about. If you have questions, please feel free to reach out. Kylie's been texting me a lot more. Like there's just, the more you guys reach out, I feel like the more successful you're going to be. So.
And we know where like essentially where you guys are at, and we can then further help you too. Like, you know, if Des is calling you with questions or like triumphs and victories, then Ashley knows, okay, like this is where she's kind of at in her business, and then where she can kind of push Des in whatever direction too that she needs. So obviously communication is key in any sort of business relationship in life. So
yeah, because it's hard as like the mama bear coach, like we don't want to like jump down your guys' back and be like, well, what are you doing? Like how, but at the same time, like when we have that conversation, it's helpful to know what you want and where you want to go in this business. So please feel free to reach out.
Speaking of Mama Bear coaches, do we want to go over our September lineup?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm sure Leanne is enjoying this because she knows my husband really well. Go! Get out! Goodbye!
What'd you say?
Nothing. My husband's being ridiculous, and I said, I'm sure you're really.
I'll be talking about him like that. We're in the car. Sorry.
All right, so I'll lay out September while Ashley is yelling at her husband. Okay, here we go. And or getting a show, you know. Okay. So the 7th of September, we are going to be hosting our own Emerald push group. So even if you already are Emerald, if you're Diamond or anything, and just want to be in this push group, it is always super helpful to be in a push group. So Ashley and I will be running that push group, and you can add coaches too. If you guys have coaches, they're more than welcome. Anyone and everyone on our team, like from me down to everybody is more than welcome to be in this group. And so when we say push group, they're gonna get some tough love, you know, some savage Amanda that we don't normally like put in our coaching group, just because, you know, there are a lot of people who don't want to be in that kind of environment or just doing it as a hobby, which we totally understand because both of us started that way. But we're going to have a completely separate group, completely separate like Facebook forum for this group. And it'll be the 7th to the 11th. So it'll be a full week. And we'll have like little, you know, trainings and pushes and all that.
Oh no, she froze again. I'm just gonna put on there, like, I find the push groups so helpful. Like, we've done them several times and, oh, you're back. Sorry, I just didn't want it to sit there.
No, keep going, you're good.
The push groups have been super helpful. Like, even if we don't hit our goals, like, we've gone in them several times, there's so much information added in them. So even if you're already an Emerald, like, I'm sure you want to get other people to Emerald, and like, even if you want to get your controllable account to Emerald, that's helpful too. Like, that counts as being in an Emerald push group. Like, I was in a Diamond push group. I'm already a Diamond, but I'm trying to get my ridiculous husband that distracted me this whole time to Diamond. So that's part of it too. And just learning, and especially if you have coaches in there, like, that's helpful too, because then you can say, like, let's do this together. Those types of things. So sorry, Amanda, you were stuck.
No, you're good. So like what she's saying too, like every push group, you can, like, Emerald is basically just the foundation of all the ranks. Like, you still need coaches, you still need a success club, and that's, Emerald is basically that foundation. So no matter what rank you are, you're always pushing to hit Emerald every single month or every single week or what have you, you know? So yeah, so we're gonna have that group, and then our next big thing will be coach trial. So we're gonna, instead of having the coach trials be a week, we're gonna shrink this one down because we found that we were losing some people towards the end of the week. So we're gonna have it from a Monday to a Wednesday, the 21st to the 23rd of September. Let me back up a little bit, I'm sorry, to the Emerald Push Group. So that Monday is a holiday, and completely understand it. So we're not gonna go like freaking balls to the walls on that Monday. We're gonna do like a nice little general welcome. This is what's expected, this is what's gonna happen. And then Tuesday is going to be, you know, hammer or nail. But I just wanted to like let you know, because I understand that's a holiday. And then, okay, so then we fast forward the 21st to the 23rd for the coach trial. And then on that Friday, we're going to do a new coach getting started call. So it'll be a Zoom call for all of those coaches, whether they are coaches now and they want to have their day one, start one all over again on the 25th. And this is also for coaches who were just leaving the coach trial. They signed up as coaches and now they don't know what to do. And then we're going to have this call laying out all of the do's and don'ts and plugins and all of that for that call. And then, you know, moving forward. So then that's what we have for September.
And like, program wise, we're just gonna, so this is where I thought for program wise, I found that I was just pushing MBF on everybody, and I stopped asking people their goals. So that is why we're just gonna open up September. It's just gonna be whatever name we come up with for September, and it's just gonna be open. And I think the biggest thing is we're gonna have to reach out to people and ask them about their goals, because I just started pushing MBF, and then I sent bar to somebody. She's like, this is perfect, I love it so much, like, and that'd be great for my daughter. And I was like, if I could have said this weeks ago, maybe I could have signed her up. And we forget about that. So I think just opening it up and just not having like a specific program, because 10 rounds does open on BOD, so that's really awesome. And they are gonna get the meal plans attached to that too. So that's on there. MBF is gonna have the meal plans on there. But there's also other programs too that I don't want us to forget about. And we offer so much. And then there's also the meditations and stuff are coming out. So there's a whole realm of people that we could really be reaching out to. I don't want to really narrow it down that say like, hey, we're doing MBF and that's where we're sticking. So that's my thoughts on that. And just for the new coach call, the biggest reason I feel like we want to do that is because so many new coaches are starting and it's hard to get all the information all at once. We can throw a lot at you. We can say read all the units, but like there's like some really basics that some coaches were missing, and I feel bad that we started off that way. So I would like to just get people started on the right feet, and I think it will help them be more successful in the long run, because like Success Starter is a real thing. Like they can be going into really cool programs if we set people up correctly, and they're more likely to love it that way. So we're going to set that up. I think it's a lot of coach heavy stuff, but I think that's really important because we're going to want to hit some cool ranks. So does anybody have any questions before I hit stop recording? Okay, I'm gonna hit stop recording.